Hello everyone. So I have been asked to show the process of how I'm going to make my precious book, and this is the beginning stage. What I've done is I've cut my pages out, which I will show you in a moment, and I've just pulled from my box of One Precious Things certain packages where I can see there's fabric in them. Okay, sorry about that, I'm not quite sure what I was saying now. I've pulled from my box packages where I can see there's fabric. So we have one here from Claire Barrows. I know I can see some larger doilies and fabric in there. I have this one here, and that is from Nadine. There's some lovely lace fabric here. I have this one from Carolyn Grown. That's her beautiful wedding dress, that one. And I have this one here, and this is from Jordana Dean. So whether I get to using them today, I don't know, but they're there right next to me. And these are some fabrics from Sophie. Here's Sophie's Shabby Little Corner, and this was her One Precious Thing. And because these are these will be great for doing the pages in, and then I can add laces over the top of them. So I probably will start with this one and see how we go. As these pages progress, they may change from video to video. They may change. I may go back to them and change them. I don't know how it's going to be working. Okay, so this is how I'm making my book. So if you're wanting to make a book, perhaps you can follow along. I just have this fabric. I just get it from Lincraft here in Australia. I'm sure wherever you can get fabric, they would sell a similar item. It's like that. It's very thin, so it's not, it works really well. And the way I am going to do, so this is my cover, the inside cover, but because that's all that I've got left, I'm going to piece that together. But let me just show you. If this was a bigger piece, it's going to go like that. I'm doing it the same as I did my Gypsy book. I really like the way that one sat. It was easy to work with, and it turned out and it sat nicely at the end. I really like that. So how it will work is that will be the inside cover, obviously bigger. That will be the first page. That will be page 2. That will be page 3. That will be 4 and 5. Each opening will be 2 pages like that. I found that worked really well because when I'd finished the pages, I could add bits in the center of it to hang over, and I really liked that idea. Plus, as I work on it, I can work on it like that, so it's flat. I can stitch it, and it won't go in, it won't be sewn into the book until the book is almost finished, because I want to be able to sew on it by hand and under my machine as well. And if it's already in the book, that makes it a lot more difficult. If it's in the book and you're wanting to sew, it really does get a bit more difficult. But if it's a free piece like that, and you could even like write on the back what page number it is if you wanted to. Because this is a precious book, there is no set theme, no set color scheme, no set style. I'm just going to let it happen, and I don't know how it will be. I really haven't planned anything other than this. I mean, obviously, as things have come in, I've had ideas of how I'd like to use them. But until I use them, I don't know how that's going to be. So the first thing we have to do is I have to sew together my inside cover. The reason I want to do that is because when I work on this page and the inside cover, I'd like them to complement each other. the same as when I work on these 2 pages. I'd like them to complement. They don't have to match completely, but I don't want like them so totally different that they're not pleasing to the eye, or my eye, because this is my precious book with your precious things. So the first thing I want to do, they were scraps, and I thought I would use those as like tags or something, maybe through the book. And these all need joining together. I don't think they do. We will see. So just let me move these out of the way. So obviously if you have enough fabric, you won't need to, you know, patch things together at all. But I work with what I've got, and sometimes it means patching things together. So okay, so we want that one there, and oh, I'm going to try out these clips. I haven't tried them out yet, so these, like, I don't really have to pin it, but I want to try them and see what they're like. So, and you use them in place of pins, see? So you don't have to be pinning everything, which is lovely if you have a delicate fabric or something. Although the base is going to be made out of fabric, that doesn't mean it will be fabric all the way through it either. If I want to use paper in it, I will use some paper in it. Okay, and of course that is wadding, but the more you sew on this kind of fabric, the thinner it gets, which is ideal for a fabric type base of a book. Okay, you can't really see my sewing machine, so it's just a straight line, and then that will join those 2 pieces together, and I will do the same for that, and then I'll be back. Okay. And for any that are curious, my sewing machine stays there permanently. I have a very small craft area. It's just a long, thin desk type thing in my bedroom. I don't have a craft room or anything like that. Eventually I will get one, and I have been collecting things. My poor house, oh goodness. I have been collecting things over the last few months, so that, you know, when I do get a craft room, I have something to put in it. And I can't say anything just yet, but anyway, I don't think it'll really matter if I smooth those out or not. I may sew those down. I don't want lumps. I don't want lumps. That's okay, maybe that'll flatten out a bit more. I'm not going to go and get the iron out at the moment. Okay, so that's the inside, and we want our first page as well. Do we? I love these fabrics. Maybe I'll just put that to one side. That's our inside cover. And let me just show you, sorry, for those that might not understand. So there's our pages there. And I've made 5 pages, which I think will be more than enough, but it's a book I'll be able to add to at a later stage. So okay, so that first seam there will probably sit where the first page is. Okay, so I just added another piece because I want the front to sit a little bit over, like an inch longer than that. It won't stay like that, but I need to allow enough room because when you start putting things in, that will creep over a bit. So I prefer it to have it a bit bigger now. And this part here may wrap around, but I want it plenty big enough. So I will loosely be decorating those. They need to be done kind of right at the end. I do know I want a pocket on that page, and there's a reason. It's for something special to go in there. So we're going to, I do want to get my background fabric though, so I can just make sure that's alright, that one there. So we'll take that first page. We might take the last page as well. I kind of want it like that. Look at this gorgeous fabric now. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I do like that. Now remember, this will be that's a nice big piece, isn't it? That's lovely. Okay, so this end's already been, oh look, that's such a good fit, isn't it? Oh, that's lovely. Okay. What have I got behind there that's not letting me? Right, okay. Oh, that's really good. Okay, well we might go with that one. And I know it looks rather modern, but when you start putting things like, oh gosh, you know, laces and things over it, only parts of it show through. So I think I'll make it a little bit bigger, so it's about ½ an inch down from there perhaps, because I can always go back and trim it. Oh, look at the back. Look at that. Oh, isn't that good? That's the back. The back's interesting, isn't it? Look at that. I'm tempted to use that. Is it back? Oh, I didn't see that before. Well, that's nice, isn't it? Oh. There you go. So do we use that? It opens up I can use it. I don't have to use it on this page because there's some left. I could use that somewhere else, couldn't I? In the book, I'm thinking. Yes, I think that's what I'll do. I'll use it as a feature on another page. So I want that. Oh, this is lovely fabric, isn't it? I want that, like that. And then, see, that way, that one, I'll be able to coordinate that. So I could use that on there. And then another piece, because I want it all different. You know, I don't want just a plain kind of background. I would like to have different pieces together. Okay, so, and I know it, but you'll see as it goes along, it will change. I do have kind of an idea of what I want to do. So I am going to sew this together. Use these clips. These seem to work quite well. They're just instead of having to pin, just keep things in line. And that doesn't matter. Remember, I've made that quite long, so that'll be trimmed up at the end. Okay, so I'm going to sew that on. I want to make sure it's fairly straight. That's not straight at all. Okay, so I'm going to sew all around that. I will also sew down like that a bit. I'm just thinking, ooh, I'll stick with white thread at the moment because this is just sewing the base together. I may change the thread up going through the book. I'll just straight stitch around that. I'll be back. This is that is the cover, and I've just sewn and opened those seams as I sewed it. I did sew a line through the center just so it's not flat, you know, coming up. It will get sewn over even more than that. That's the first page, so that'll be kind of like that, and it will open like that. And it's just a little bit bigger, but that may get trimmed down. I don't like the cover a lot taller or bigger than my actual pages, but by the time you get some lace or whatever you're using on your pages, it usually brings it around the same size anyway. So I went ahead and I sewed that one, and I've stopped there because, you know, like I said, I want it all patched together sort of thing. So that is part of the first page, like that. I won't worry about the back page just yet because I may find something as I go along. So the second page here, see, this is a strip that was cut off the bottom edge of that, so I can quite easily use that on this page somewhere, maybe, you know, like that. So just a little bit, maybe not on the edge. The edges do tend to get covered more than the inside part, don't they? And this is a strip that was from, isn't that nice, from this back part. So I'm keeping that because I think that's lovely. That may be used somewhere else along. See, nope. You know, and you can patch these things together. That's not from the One Precious Thing, it was just on my desk. But, or like, you know, that to join things together for your background. And I kind of want to do that, patching it together like that. So I'm going to have a little look at this fabric and I'll be back. So the next piece of fabric I'm going to use is from Nadine. Nadine is from France. And Nadine sent me this beautiful piece of tablecloth that was from her mother's wedding, and it feels amazing. And I'm not going to use the decorative edge because, like I said, the back of things may be covered over. So I want to keep these parts so they're visible, of course. But I'm thinking, how nice would a strip of the plain part be there, and I can join that there. I think that would be very nice, and that leaves that lovely decorative piece. As I was receiving the precious things, I thought, how on earth can I cut some of these things up, knowing that this belonged to Nadine's mother, and it was her wedding tablecloth. You know, that, wow. Obviously Nadine has already cut it up, and she sent it to me to use because she hasn't used it. So I am going to cut things up, and some of them I cringe at the thought of cutting them because they're so beautiful. If I can get away with not cutting them up and just putting them in the book in a certain way, I will, obviously. But I'm going to cut things up, and that was the purpose of the challenge. And I may upset some people, and I hope I don't. So we'll play it. We'll play it as we go along, I think. I'll cut that a bit bigger than what I think I need it. Oh, this fabric is just beautiful. It's so soft. So that, I did cut it a bit short, but that's okay. The edges will, you know, they'll be covered. That'll be fine. I think I want it like that. Like that. And I will, not right now, but I will, like I just showed you with this little scrap of lace, you know, those things like that, I will also go over them like that. So, okay, we're going to put that there, and what I do is I kind of pin it and sew it and then trim it. Does that look straight? Sometimes it's a bit hard to see it on the angle that I am. Okay, so that I think will go there. Okay, this page now. Just put that back. I'll be back in a moment. So what I wanted to show you, Pam, who is Shabby Vintage Dreams, sent me a little notebook when she sent her One Precious Thing in, and what I thought I would do was make a pocket for the front of the book and put that in there, because I need personally a way of knowing who all these belong to. I mean, it's alright when I've got them in bags and I see their name on them and things, but once they're in the book, that, you know, that will get away on me. So what I thought was, in the book, I'll leave a couple of pages at the front, and then say start here, put page 1, or, you know, inside cover or inside cover, yeah, fabric from Sophie. Sophie's Shabby Corner, and she loves fabric. And then like page 2, fabric from Sophie's. But then if I put lace over it, and then lace was from so-and-so, it's precious, because, so I can keep a track. There should be plenty of pages in there for me to do that, and have maybe, it might take 2 pages. Like that could be, you know, the inside cover, that could be page 1, and that could be page 2. And do it that way. That way, as I work on the book, I can go back to that page and write it in what I've used. So thank you for that, Pam. And it's so pretty, isn't it? I will use that in the front of the book there. So I'm going to sit that to the side there, so as I go along, I can keep track of what I'm using. And I just had a thought, wouldn't it be nice to use some of Nadine's, while I'm here, use some of Nadine's wedding dress fabric on this page as well. This is her. Now, this is not Nadine. I know I wasn't quite sure when I first got the package, and a few people asked in the comments. This is just a photo that Nadine kindly put in to say that it was a piece of her wedding dress. So I will put that in there. And I was just thinking it would be nice if the two were together, don't you think? Like that, perhaps, on that page. I think so. I think it would be nice to keep the two together. Obviously there's a lot there. And it can be used for other things too, but I'm going to do it so that that little border there covers that there, and I'll cut it just a bit bigger. It has got a slight curve, but that's okay. That just adds to the interest of things, doesn't it? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go sew that one now. I'll be back. Okay, so that's sewn on. So those threads off. And I left the slight curve, like I said, and I left this side open because I thought which side am I doing? Oh, that's right, it was going to be like that. Okay, because I thought, well, there might be something I want to put in there. This is just an example. It was just on my desk that I can kind of slide in. I don't know if that will happen. It may not happen. Who knows? So I've left that side open just in case that's what I want to do. And so we've got that. These are only the bases. Remember, there's a lot of work to be done just yet. So there's that one. The base is started. There's this one, the base has started, and so now this one here. So let's see what other fabric. We'll put Nadine's aside for the time being, and we've used 2 of hers, haven't we? So that's good. Jordana. There's a piece of fabric in here. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? I'm just reading. Okay, so she sent me some laces. She also sent this lovely earring, which we will use at a later time. And eyelet lace. And I thought that would be beautiful there, wouldn't it? Yes, so we're going to use this eyelet lace from Jordana. There's also this beautiful napkin here. So that gorgeous, is it? I have to just read. They were wrapped in a lovely eyelet table mat. Okay, so it's the eyelet table mat. I think the lace is. What does she say? The bag of items are for you, as to do as you please. Okay, so it's the table mat and earring, I'm thinking. And remember, once I've made sure I've used the precious things, I will pull from the bag of other things that people send as well. Just look at this, isn't this beautiful? And that's all I'm going to be taking from, to be honest. It's oh, that's gorgeous. I'm not going to go into my own stash. That would have to be a very last resort, but I've been sent some beautiful things that will all have a... see, isn't it gorgeous? It's almost like, oh, how do you cut that? I wonder if that could be on the cover of the book. See, this is my dilemma. It's hard to cut things, and this is the reason I did it. Because it is hard to cut things, very hard. And they're so pretty. We could do that. We could do that. That way we get the beautiful scallop edge, don't we? Going down like that, and if I sew it there, that part will lift up as well. I'm thinking that might be the way. Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh well. Close your eyes if you're going to get upset. Oh goodness. There we go. My motto is, it's better to use it than not use it. You know, you have people who have a china cabinet with the most beautiful china, glassware and china in it, and they never use it. And then one day something might get broken and they're heartbroken because it got broken. But the thing is, they never used it. Had they used all that china and glassware, if they'd have used it, then if something got broken, they said, well, at least I got to enjoy it. But if you never use it, you never enjoy it properly either. So, okay, I'm thinking maybe a piece of lace can go under there. What do you think? So that is going to go like that there. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's going to go like that. This will be used. The bag. Okay. I think I want something under it. I think I do. So I'm going to cut that there as well. And I think when I watch the video back myself, I will get my little book and write it all down in the book. Alright, so I want another piece of fabric. I kind of want some dark fabrics. Maybe this other piece here. I know it seems rather harsh, but let's have a look before we... Okay. I'm going to sew those two together. I'll be back once I've sewn them together. That is all sewn together now, and I'm not putting that under there. I do have an idea for that, but it's not going to go under there. But I've put this one out. This is gorgeous. I think this is really, really beautiful, and it may be better. Let's have a look here. Just to add a deeper colour behind the eyelets. Yes, I like that. I like that. And if I make it a bit bigger, it can just poke out a little bit, I think. Like that. I might take just the full length. I'm not sure what I'm doing up the other end yet. So take it like that and cut that. This is when I wish I had more room. It's not easy to work with such a small space. This is a bag from Claire Burrows, and Claire didn't indicate one special thing. She just sent this whole bag of things, so I can take from that, can't I? Let's just have a look. Oh, some gorgeous things. I'm looking. Alright, this is going to take a while. Okay, let's have a look what we've got. That goes up there, doesn't it? Oh. So we've got that with just the base. That goes like that. Now we've got this, which will go like that. Okay. Like that. So I'm not going to sew that yet. That goes like that. And then our next page will come here. Alright. I have to remember to pull that over a bit, I think. Going to go like that, and then this page here. See, I want them kind of complementing each other. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? Oh wow. It's really beautiful, isn't it? So, like that. Oh, isn't it sweet? There's two of those, isn't there? Oh, now, who was it that I saw do this? They would be perfect to make little envelopes to put in the book because they're only little. So we won't use those on the bases. Will be. Yeah. I just want a lighter colour. Actually, I know what I can do. Oh, here. Here's one. There's a doily here, maybe I can use that. This is from Irene, who is seriously scrapping. She sent some doilies. She also sent hankies there too. I wonder if that will, let's see. Just for a base, perhaps. Do you think? She also sent this one. Oh, what's that? Oh, isn't that one pretty? That one could work, couldn't it? Oh, it's so pretty. That, yeah. Isn't that pretty? That could work, couldn't it? Yeah. Still need a base on it though, don't I? Need fabric to start with. That sort of thing can come a bit later. That I can come a bit later, that one. Okay, so, oh, I think I know what I can use. Natasha. Look at that. That is so pretty. Oh my goodness, that's so pretty, isn't it? Oh my goodness, hang on. Just dropped the feathers. Oh, pink feathers on the floor now. That's gorgeous. See, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Look at that. I just still need that background fabric though. Okay, let me pop this back into the feathers. Dry sheets. Now, did I make that? Oh, here we go. What's this? Okay, I think I found something. Is it? No, it's not. Is it? No, it's not. It's from Patricia Brightwell. And this is the lace. Do you remember that got caught in the envelope? Because the envelope, the postage satchel had been sewn together. So I'm wondering if I can use that there. No, it doesn't really stand out there, does it? What about... Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? Too much stuff going on here now. That's pretty, isn't it? That is pretty. Well, there, because that doesn't have anything on it, does it? Maybe there. Oh, that's pretty too. Okay, I think I'll put that over that one, just to break that up a little bit. I need to straighten that bit. There is something more as well, I think. So that could probably go there. And that goes like that. And then that goes like that. There will be colour in this book. This is just the base. Okay, I'm still looking for a dark. Is that too dark, do you think? I don't know if that will... Actually, that looks quite nice, doesn't it? Hey, that does look quite nice. I think I may use that. And that's from Claire. Thank you, Claire. It's got a little mark there, so I wonder if that will cover it. Oh, isn't that beautiful? And I'm tempted... if I'm the right way. That's the right way. Beautiful both ways. See, if I put it like that, I don't want this covering too much. And I know if I put it on that side, that does tend to get covered more, doesn't it? So, maybe we'll cut it a bit bigger, so that a little bit of it can go onto the next page. That would be nice. So that's Claire. Okay, so that will go like that, and I will tidy the edges as I go along. something good too, won't it? Okay, so there we go. That's the base of our next page there. Like that. Okay, so that now goes like that. That will go that. And we'll have our next page here. Carolyn Grown. Beautiful satin. What's this? Be careful not to get the wrong things in the wrong bags. This is beautiful satin. I think it's from her wedding dress. And she made fabric flower. Right, yep. This is from her wedding dress. There's also the beautiful lace as well. And she cut it up and she made flowers for her daughter's wedding. Back in January, was it, of this year? So not so long ago. How's that? Ooh, that's pretty, isn't it? You know, it could almost cover the whole thing in it, like that. And have it come around like that. That way that will have a nice shine coming through it as well. I think that's what I'll do. That would be lovely. So that will go there like that. That will go like that on there. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to cut a piece of this. I'm going to go over there and cut it, so I'll be back. Alright, so we have the lovely doily from Natasha, and then we have the doily from Claire, and then we have the beautiful satin from Carolyn on that page there. And we flip it over, and I have the satin from Carolyn there, and that will probably, it may or may not. It may or maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah. Maybe not. See, this is beautiful from, okay, I have to be careful. I need to use precious things first, don't I? Okay. Alright, we'll use some of those, so we're going to move those out the way. And some of that one. Okay. What am I? Oh, hang on, what's this? Alright, let me... Look at this. Look at that, isn't that just beautiful? This is from Laquita. Alright, these are laces from the 1930s-ish, and they're gorgeous. I just spotted this dark one, because I'm thinking, how beautiful would that satin show it off? Looks like it's from a dress, doesn't it? What was that? Oh. So it could be sewn. Right, okay. Maybe I could sew it in pieces. So although I could use a piece of it and then a piece of something else. That could work. Yeah. Okay, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Ooh. I'm going to try to not overthink, things too much. Otherwise it'll take me forever and I'll never be satisfied with anything. So okay, so that can go there. That's from Laquita. And I think I saw another darker piece of something over here. And I can patch it up, sort of thing. I just saw it a moment ago, my goodness. Well, that's okay, because we will use more of this, and I will... It's gorgeous, isn't it? Maybe I can... Oh, hang on, what about this? We could put that there, and I could put another piece of this. Down like that. And that will be the base of that page. I think so. Okay. Alright. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sew these pages, sew all the fabric on, and that will be the end of this video. I don't know how long that's going to be, but this is not going to be a quick look. It's going to take time, so there may be 1 or 2 videos per week working on it, and it will just be an ongoing thing, because there's a lot of things to get through, and I want to enjoy it. I do. I really want to. I want to enjoy it a lot. So I'll go and sew these, then I'll come back and show you it all sewn, and then that will be the end of this #1 video. I'm back. So this is what we have so far. That is the inside cover like that, not finished. And we have book bases started. So we have this one and this one. And I have sewn, but I've only sewn around the inside like that, so that if I want to put some laces under there, I can. And then this one, and I've pinned this doily on because I thought I would hand sew that to the top of that, just so it doesn't get a real dent in it. I can hand sew it. And I've sewn this thicker doily. I've kind of left the edges open a little bit if I want to tuck anything in, but I've sewn like that as well, so that the center isn't lifting up. So that's that page there, and then there's that one there, and we have 2 more. I don't know if that'll be enough. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll pick some more of this fabric up. I've run out of cotton, So I will have to go and get some more cotton anyway, so we'll see if I can get a bit more of this for a couple more pages. But that's it for this video. Please feel free to leave any suggestions, any comments, you know, maybe you could do this, or maybe you could use that, or anything like that. It would be fun to get you know, some ideas and things like that. So there we go. This is the first video. There'll probably be another one up this week, finishing off the bases, decorating the inside cover and putting our pocket in.